harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said you're up and I'm up. Y'all now tuned in to the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. Yes, yes, she's back, y'all. I said she's back, y'all. I said she's back, y'all. Yes.
Hey, yo. What's up, Jason?
How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I feel great.
Yo, it's 2022 now.
Damn.
Like, right. Time flies, right?
It was, hold up. It's been a year. Because I was here like, what was it, the end of December 2020 or January 2021?
Yeah.
Literally like a year from this exact same time I was here.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot's transpired.
Man, a lot.
In a year.
A lot.
So, like, you know, the notion of, you know, you gigging and DJing and things like that, like, how was your 2021? Like,
2021 started off like, so, all right, 2021 started off pretty crazy. Like, I was a little down bad because, like, everything was closed around this time last year. So, like, November to March, really, like, it was, like, severe lockdown. Like, and I wasn't DJing, doing anything. And then, like, as soon as everything opened back up, it was, like, instant go mode. Like, I was just getting bookings. Like, I was going on tour. Like, I was throwing for the DMV showcases still. And it really just, like, picked up, and it, like, never went down. Like, went up and just stayed up for real.
that's crazy. Because, like, I feel like when everything shut down, it's like, okay, so how does the progression look like, right? Or how does, you know, just keeping the energy, staying afloat? Like,
Yeah.
what were some of those things that you were doing, like, when the world was
So I literally, like, you know, I was doing for the DMV. I think at that point when I was here last time, I may have been at, like, maybe, like, 10 mixes. And I think I dropped 10 more mixes this past year in 2021. So I was just dropping for the DMV. I started this series called Intention. But my original SoundCloud got deleted literally the day after I opened up for Larry June. Because I got, like, several strikes for, like, copyright. I have no idea. Like, that's all DJs do is put up mixes. So I don't know why I was being picked at with my SoundCloud. But I started this series called Intention, which is, like, my most popular series on SoundCloud. But that got deleted. But, yeah, I was just doing a lot of mixes. You know, doing a lot of, like, interviews and just behind-the-scenes stuff, trying to support as many artists I could. You know, putting all their music in a playlist, or I'm sorry, not playlist, mix, and putting and referring them for playlists. I was doing that. And yeah, just trying to be as supportive as I could without physically, like, supporting people.
Yeah, I got you, for sure. Because, you know, a tweet or a post or just, you know, like an email.
A like
whatever,
or anything, yeah.
It goes a long way.
It goes a really long way.
Yeah. So as far as, you know, you, I guess, working with more artists and just exposing yourself to more artists in the DMV, how you feeling about the vibes, the you know?
Yo, it's so funny because there was a little conversation. Open Gym had posted a tweet from a journalist in Baltimore, and he said that, you know, it was a pretty mid-year for music in the DMV in Baltimore, pretty much on a broader level. You know, like, none of the artists could really make it out of this area, and I think for somebody that was actively in the underground scene, I don't think people realize that the DMV in Baltimore has a very successful and thriving underground scene. Like, I have not been to any other areas, and I've been traveling like crazy. I haven't been to any other areas that have had an underground scene like the one that we've had, and we had the strictest regulations for COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York and DC had the strictest regulations for COVID, and we managed to do so many things. So I think that in light of that, to say that it was a mid-year after everything that we had going on, I think that was like it was kind of like it undermined everything that had taken place and everything that people had done. So I think that it was a very successful year. You know, a lot of platforms kept going. A lot of platforms bounced back, like The Factory bounced back. You know, they weren't doing things for a minute, and, like, now their playlist with Am Pizza, throwing these amazing, you know, events at Wild Days, and you know, people just kept going. So I think, like, in a whole, like, it was a very, very successful year, especially for the underground scene. And I also think that people just don't think that community is lucrative. Like, I don't want to be a mainstream DJ. I don't want to DJ for 20,000 people at festivals and stuff. Like, I'm dedicated to just, like, local. And I think that you just have to give people the resources to make it feel like it's as big as it could be. homegrown. Like, so it's like I'm still trying to get this venue, and I feel like every artist, just like to make an analogy like basketball players, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody goes to the league.
Yeah, that's true.
But does that mean you stop playing basketball?
Nah, you got to
because you
keep
love
balling.
it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so not all of us are going to be able to go to the league, but shit, we can still go to the gym and play a game of pickup.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
get your shots up. So I just feel like, you know, people just got to stop looking at a broader scale and think like, all right, well, community, like, just give the same things and the resources. Like, give us a small venue, have artists that may not have the exposure, just an outlet, you know what I'm saying, or a resource to get that kind of exposure, or just to kind of have that access to, you know, that kind of platform.
Nah, I agree with you 100% because, you know, going down memory lane, I was an artist too. So I understand that. And it's like, all right, cool. Like, to bet on yourself and understand some of the venues you may be at. It may not be, you know, I think a lot of us, we fall in love with results, but we don't really try to work for real.
That's not, yeah, absolutely. You know, people look at the end goal, but don't really look at, you know, the steps and the process they have to take in order to get to that end goal. Like, a lot of people bite off more than they can chew. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
It's crazy. Because, like I said, my early stages, I was like, all right, you know what? Like, 2015, yeah, it was a lit year. Like,
2015 was lit.
Yeah, it was lit.
2015 was a lit year. Like, yo.
Yeah, because, like, that year, I manifested a lot. I wrote a lot of goals down, and I accomplished it, like, artist-wise. Like, okay, you know, the Fillmore, Howard Theater, being able to do the Fillmore again.
Yeah.
Like, being able to do the Fillmore again, I was just like, yo, like, I want to do it different this time. And like I said, I was talking to you, and, you know, we ended up making it happen. 2016, making it happen. And then Cafe Asia. And I'm realizing, like, it was just different energy.
Yeah.
It required something different at that time. So I was just like, yo, like, all right, cool. Then it's, you know, South by Southwest and then AC3. So it's like, yo, all these things are happening, but I want people to understand that, you know, before the big stages, like, yo, those open mics do help you, or these little venues.
It's so funny,
venues,
and that's why I say what I say about, like, the local scene here, because, like, you know, I think, like, all right, we have these, like, mainstream artists, right? Or, like, most of the time, like, artists come out and they just, like, pop up out of nowhere. You know, I feel like, you know, then, like, if you think of, like, Nicki Minaj, right? Like, she had, like, a pretty good record of, like, stuff she was doing before she, like, really, really popped. And, like, now there are these artists that, like, kind of pop, and I'm like, yo, where do they come from? But I feel like a lot of artists here, like, if they were to just, like, pop, they'd be like, oh, man, they performed at Opaline, they performed at Open Gym, they performed at For the DMV, they performed, like, you know, all these other outlets. You know, I think that, like, we have a really good, like, a good resume of underground showcases and platforms for people to do, to, like, show if they were, like, to just, you know, go up. Right. Like, yo, they was doing this. Like, they was really in the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was really out here. So I feel like that's the main thing. Like, you can tell who's doing the work.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I know I have some homies that, you know, like I said, rap, and there's so many of them. You know, I don't want to miss anybody, but
yeah,
you know, like,
that's why I was like, I just got nervous naming all them platforms. I'm like, I know there's more.
Yeah, for sure. Like, but it's so many venues I could say. And people that really, you know, really put in a lot of groundwork to be like, all right, cool, this is what we have. And I think with the DMV over time, you know, before we were known for, you know, go-go, and we still are, but, you know, now it's transitioned to, you know, hip-hop and rap.
I think I spoke on that. Like, it's still, you know, because I'm from Delaware, so, like, it's still, you know, like, for me, I just wish that, like, the love for go-go could correlate to, like, local music. Because I'm fully understanding now that, like, you know, back then, if you were trying to rap, people were just like, what?
Nah,
you know,
yeah,
here?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm not going to lie, because I go to some go-go's and be like, oh, yeah, we got a rapper. They'd be like, what?
Yeah,
it's
like,
not even on music.
Yeah, like, what? You want to rap? Like, you know, I just feel like, at the end of the day, every artist from this area is inspired by go-go music. And I feel as though if people were to really, like, listen, they'd be like, oh, okay, you know, it's kind of my vibe for real, because I hear it, like, in everything. Like, Breezy Supreme, he's punk rock, you know, that's his style of music. But he put a go-go beat in one of his rock songs. Like, he ended it with a, like, bro, what? It was amazing. Like, it was great. So I just feel like if the correlation was there, like, if people really treated go-go like how they treat local music, the DMV would take over.
Yeah,
They would take over because you guys have the support. Like, people still go to go-go's to this day.
Yeah, they
like,
do.
They're still going.
People still see it backyard.
So,
People still see it.
And majority of those people in go-go bands do other music. You know what I'm saying? Or do other stuff in the studio. Like, people need a drummer in the studio. People need a keyboard, somebody on the keys in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, real instrumentation is super valuable.
No, I agree. I think sometimes, like, you got multiple hats. Like, some people don't realize that. Like,
For sure.
like, yo, she's a DJ, but it's like, yo, like, at the same time, it's like, yo, she an A&R? She's sneaky.
Dog,
you know?
I managed artists for a short amount of time, but then I stopped managing artists because I have to be clear about what I want. So it's like I can't manage artists and they want to get out the DMV. Like I'm fully dedicated. Like even if I left, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm fully dedicated to the DMV and I don't want to outsource out of here. Like I'm completely and fully committed to, you know, setting the groundwork, platforms, venues, just safe spaces for women, for artists. Like that's the most important thing right now, and I would never abandon that. So I think that like when I was managing artists, you know, they wanted to get out the DMV, and it kind of was like, okay, I get that, but then also too, my perception of the music industry is completely different. You know what I'm saying? There's no money in the music industry. Like the only way you make money in the music industry is collaborations, endorsements. Everybody knows you're not making money off streams. You're making money off shows and touring. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to, you know, step into a lane and not be able to fully commit to these artists. But yeah, like managing, I feel like I'd be like a local A&R kind of thing, you know? Like I do my best to try to like listen for the DMV and all the music that people send me for the mix, and then like that's who I, you know, put on the shows. Yeah, you know, I do graphic design. I made like 4 logos this week, like randomly. People have been like, "Yo, you do logos?" I'm like, "I do." You know, I do. I make all.
You never stop living it. You never stop limiting yourself. Like I just feel like you shouldn't.
I'm a big Capricorn, so I'm always gonna hustle it out and
I ain't
figure
gonna
it
lie.
out.
And, what you threw a party, right?
Which one? My MySpace party?
Yeah, the MySpace party. Like, talk about that. Because I feel like that was kind of, you know, like, dope and creative.
So it was cool because, all right, so I just turned 29. I'll be 30 this year. And my MySpace era was, I think I started my MySpace when I was 13. I was pretty young. I've been on social media for a long time. I had a Zynga, which was MySpace before MySpace. Zynga was very similar. So, and we all had Zyngas in Delaware when I was in middle school. So, had a Zynga, then I had a MySpace. I had at least like 50,000 friends on my MySpace at one point because I coded pages. And when I would code pages, I'd put my Breezy tag at the bottom. People were like, yo, who designed your page? And then they would go to the bottom scroll and they'd see Breezy. And that's where I got a lot of my followers from. I designed like over hundreds of MySpace pages when I was in the 8th grade. So, you know, that was a really, really pivotal era for me in the music, especially like that's when I was on to Currency and Wiz and the Cool Kids, Lupe Fiasco. It was just a really, really good era for like the underground scene for music. So I'm like, you know, I thought about it. I'm like, I never ever been to a party where they just played only music from that era. Like never in my life. So I was like, I think that I'd be pretty good at that. So let me throw that. I bought a digital name belt for my party and everything. So it was pretty fun.
That's dope.
It was cool.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's what's up. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm probably going to do another one. A lot of people said they had a really good time and they liked the music. So I think it might be like a ongoing thing for me. Hopefully it is, because I feel like that's a different, you know, people can go and they know they can expect what to hear. And they're coming to hear that kind of music versus being like, oh, I didn't want to hear Go-Go, or I didn't want to hear Baltimore Club. I'm still going to play that music because at the same time, that's all from that year. But it's like at least people know. You know, they're coming knowing they're going to hear that kind of music. So.
Right. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, how are you so savvy with things? Because, like, you know, people are like, man, do you really got an ear for music? Or is it like, okay, I'm going to just play this. Or
so I feel like I definitely have an ear for music. And it's also, you know, some people just don't realize, like, certain songs go. You know, like, I've had the MacBook that I DJ from now, I've had since 2016. It's a 2012 MacBook Pro. It's pretty old. And I think at this point I have at least like 8,000 songs on it. Wow. Maybe 10,000 songs. Wow. It's a lot of music. It's a lot of music on my MacBook, y'all. A lot. Like, it's crazy. And so, like, I know that, being from Delaware, then going to college in North Carolina, then living here, I feel like I just have, like, kind of, like, a broad catalog of music.
Right.
Like, because, like, I grew up on Meek Mill and pretty much, like, Jersey Club, Baltimore Club, but then also I was in the underground scene. Then I got to North Carolina. I really don't know what I was listening to in North Carolina. I think I was just strictly on SoundCloud. I didn't have a car and, radio and stuff then. So I didn't really know what they were playing on the radio or what was going on locally then. But yeah, like, I just feel like you just have to have an ear and you just have to, like, really be outside. Like, you just have to, like, really be outside to, like, experience other things. And, like, for instance, like, Mark, my best friend from college, my roommate we actually have a crib together now. We're on our third crib. Like, we've been friends since 2012 or 13. Yeah, we're on our third crib together now, and he was playing a Megan Thee Stallion song, like, downstairs. And then my homeboy Brian, who's a videographer, he came to my crib to do some, like, work for me, want to get some edits, some promo, some content. And he was playing a song in my room, like, on the Bluetooth. And so I was like, wait, I was coming up the steps, and I heard Mark in the basement playing Megan Thee Stallion. I heard Brian playing the song in my room, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I think these songs go. So then I went into my studio, because I have a studio in my crib. So I went across the hall to my studio. I was like, I'm going to see if these work. I put them together, and they blended. And it's great, but it keeps getting blocked on the internet. Like, Megan Thee Stallion, she's got to be part of the Illuminati or something. Because it just gets flagged wherever I put it. So, but that's how it works. Is really just having an ear and just having, like, a broad catalog of music, to where, if you like something, other people will like it too.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I agree, because I think that, in the DMV, I think what's really hard is that uniqueness, right? Or that originality where everybody's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They're boxed in, they sound like so-and-so, they sound like so-and-so. I'm like,
I just want to say something. Like, I like the DMV rap. Like, I like the offbeat. I like that signature. I love it. Like, I love it. Like, it's y'all's. Like, it's just like go-go is y'all's. Y'all have your own staple of music, and then when people hear it somewhere else, people are like, oh, they on that DMV flow. Like, that's a good thing.
Because I ain't gonna lie, like, I heard so going back to, like, what North Carolina was like, the Baby and Stunner for Vegas, right? So I was just like, all right.
I just want to put it out there, I like Stunner for Vegas better than, like, the Baby.
It's okay.
I love Stunner for Vegas. Like, what? He should have been the one to pop.
Yeah, for sure.
He's fire. He's fire.
Going to it, I was like, all right, cool. But then I was listening to some of the rappers from here, and I'm like, yo, like, whoa, like, hold on, wait, I've heard this before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hold up, wait. Oh,
this sounds familiar.
Like, this sounds familiar. Or even with the setting trends. Like, the other day, somebody was like, yeah, man, Young Gleese was the first person to put the ski mask on. Why is everybody loving the Pooh Shiesty? I was like,
Shiesty mask. I seen that.
I was hoping somebody said that. Because, like, yeah.
It's so many things. You guys are originators of so many things. Like, so many things. And I feel like it is what it is. Like, even for the DMV, there's so many artists that have that DMV flow. It's a signature, and I just feel as though you can still make it your own. It could be the flow, but the content of the music, like, what you're saying, is what matters. You know what I'm saying? So,
sure.
Like, I love the DMV flow. Don't stop it, y'all. Keep doing it. Keep going crazy. It's yours. It's y'all's. And it's just all about what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So don't be talking about no BS. Like, you rapping it, you capping and rapping.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, boo. But if you really spitting some, like, I think it's Nas B and No Savage. It's this song, I think it's called Angles. And I have it on my mix. It's so good. I love it. Like, I love it so much. And I hope that I got the artist names right and the name of the song right. Because sometimes I be doing that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of nice talent out here. I like I said, I like the vibes and the music that, the creators are making. Because it's hard to be a creator. It's hard. It's overlooked.
It is. I think the only reason it's hard for other people to be creative is because of other creators. I think, like, a lot of people want to create, but then they compare themselves. Mm-hmm. I don't know who said this, but I saw this either on Twitter, like, years ago, and it was a producer, and this producer said, he said, in order for him to be the producer that he was today, he literally had to stop listening to other producers. You know, so he cut off listening to other music for like months, and all he did was stay in the studio and just work on music that he wanted to work on. And then when he came out of that hiatus, his music didn't sound anything like the music that was out there because he was no longer comparing his music to other people. I'm stuck in that phase right now because I'm learning how to make beats, and I'm going through the music that I like a lot, and I'm trying to be similar, but I'm learning that I can't, it's not working. Like,
right.
I literally have to just do what sounds good for me and not compare. Like, I made my first drill beat a couple weeks ago.
Salute to that. I'm gonna clap that up. That's
Thanks.
All right. That's all right. That's all right.
To Genuine's differences, and I did listen to like all like Be Love, K Flock. Like, I was going on YouTube like the snares, the 808s. I gotta put it in there. Oh, it's not sound like a drill beat. I was literally like YouTube to Ableton, YouTube to Ableton, like trying to figure it out. So, but yeah, with the drill, I feel like with the drill beat, when it's like an aesthetic, like yeah, there's definitely a certain style to that. But when you're making like your music, like as a creator, you really just have to listen to yourself and like don't compare yourself to nobody else or try to like imitate anyone. You know?
Right. Nah, for sure. I think that's definitely dope because I think, you know, art is exploring your mess.
Yeah.
So I feel like, oh, man, like, you don't want it to sound like anybody else because I know, like, me, I love storytelling. I'm into the, you know, the J. Cole's, the, you know, who else? Like, anybody that was rapping.
Yeah.
Because I like that, and, of course, like, battle rap and stuff. I know I told you about battle rap. It's like, wait, what's that? But
one thing I'm learning, too, I feel like my views have become so radical in the last year since I've been here. With storytelling. So what I've come to the conclusion is that the most successful rappers, mainstream, are the best storytellers. Right. But even though they're telling a story, it's not always truthful. You know, it just sounds good. Like we like the story. Like, you know what? I love J. Cole. I do. But, you know, his last project was good. And Drake's last project too. But one thing I'm gonna say about them is that like they're still rapping about the same things. Right. You know, Drake, I know that your mom and dad divorced. Like, dude, you're like 40. Like, get over it. Like, you're rapping about this shit still. Like, go. Like, get over it. Cole, we know your mom was a druggie. We know you had basketball dreams. Like, we know. Right. Talk about being a family man. Like, Currency is not in that phase anymore either, you know? Like, he's still telling stories, but you can tell that he's way more grounded. Yeah. He has a son now. Right. You know, he has several successful businesses, and he's, like, literally putting all the people in his circle on and giving them $1 million worth of game. And, like, I want to progress with artists, you know? Like, I don't want artists to still be talking about the same stuff. Yes, the beats sound crazy. The cadence is great. You know, you're still telling a story. But you're telling the same story. Yeah, like... Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. I've heard this a million times. Like, bro, I know your life in the music already. Like, what's going on? Like, talk about Adonis. Talk about your kid.
Yeah,
like,
something else.
Talk about, you know, your family and your friends and being successful and, you know, I don't want to hear
that matter. Yeah,
you talk about no friends in the industry. You're 40. Like, you're old. Like, yo.
This is why I love her, y'all. She's hilarious. Like, but no, seriously though, I think. Because, you know, you're talking about elevation and you want to grow with someone. So it's just like, all right, well, okay, let me create something new. Create some new excitement for yourself. And I think that's kind of hard for some of these mainstream artists to do. Because it's like, yo, I'm so stuck in success. I'm so stuck in this. I'm just going to give them that. I'm going to just give them
and
this.
They probably also think that their base just, like, doesn't want to hear that. But, like, you know, I feel like a lot of artists, you know, they kind of, the youth right now is the most profitable market. Right. Kids. And a lot of artists want to be marketable to kids in order to make money. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, they'll stay in a certain lane or just like when Drake dropped his, like, TikTok song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, at the beginning of COVID, like, bro, what? Yeah. What?
Yeah, like,
you know?
This is not even, is this you?
Right.
Like, that's how I felt. Like,
like
I said, I'm a Drake fan and I like the music.
I'm a fan of everyone. You know, I did say, I'm put it on the record because I ain't no bitch. But I did write a tweet about JayZ. I never said I didn't like JayZ. I just said that his bars were mid. Right. And to me, I think that everybody takes music differently, and some people could think like, whoa, that was deep. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. You know, like,
Right.
I don't think it was that deep.
Right,
But
exactly.
I can see why somebody would think that, like, oh, he's spitting. And then, like, I'm just, you know, it's just not music I can relate to.
Right, yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? Like,
I agree. No, I agree.
And everybody's like, you must be an NBA Youngboy fan. You must be like 21. I'm like, actually, I'm 29, and I'm not an NBA Youngboy fan at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He is great music, but I'm not a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that nobody makes bad music. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
And that's
cup of
fair
tea,
to
yeah.
say. I feel like a lot of people are like scared to be
To
like,
say.
you know, if the masses are like, JayZ and Lil Wayne are the greatest rappers in the world. They're the greatest rappers in the world. My perspective of Lil Wayne has changed. Like, I really think that, like, what they did to Lil Wayne in the industry, they kind of, like, pimped him out. You know what I'm saying?
agree.
In a sense, like and seeing him now, it's like I feel bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? My perception is just so different.
Yeah.
Like, I love music, but you can have an opinion that is counter to what everyone else thinks. And I want more people to do that this year. Like,
I
you don't
agree.
have to agree with what everyone's doing. Like, I'm not your average DJ. Like, I
Yeah.
get on Twitter and talk shit. Like, everyone's like, do you just wake up mean? I'm like, I'm really not like this in person. I just feel as though, like, I'm not negative. I'm just like, I literally think I say what people are thinking or afraid to say.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Voice for the
Like,
voiceless, and that's dope.
Voice
And
for the
that's-
voiceless, for
sure.
sure. Like, I mean, like, living your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though I say the things that I say because I know what I do outside of social media. Like,
Right.
people know me in real life, and they know whatever I say on social media, I can stand on it
Yeah, for sure,
in
for sure.
person. And I'm also... perception's crazy. Like, I'm learning that perception is absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the biggest thing this year because we were all in quarantine, and that's
Yeah.
all we have is perception of people on the internet because that's all we were doing.
Right.
But like I said before, go outside. Like, for real. Like, perception is just perception. Like,
Yeah.
people are really out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, back to the storytelling thing. Like, you know, like, yeah, like, people, the music just has to evolve, you know, like, and you're definitely a storyteller the
I
way
appreciate
you,
it.
yeah, the way that you translate your music, for sure.
I appreciate that. That's what I was saying because I think that's what it is, and I was just showing people the growth because it's just like the real me. Like, this is what it was. Like, club bangers for me personally weren't a cup of tea for me. I was like, I'd rather teach somebody like, all right, man, this is what
Yeah.
I went through, and this is the
Storytelling,
mistake.
like,
yeah, like
That's
yeah.
how I feel about my life at this point. Like, I be freestyling and I be thinking like, hey, this is some worthy content to drop in some music. I
Yeah.
think people would like this or relate to it. I feel like a lot of, even like now with female rappers, the female rap game, y'all, they're killing it. They're killing it. But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I want girls to, like, stop telling niggas to pay for vagina. Okay? Come on, y'all. Not everyone's doing that. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I feel as though, like, we want to be in competition with the dudes, but we need to talk about some real stuff. Like, we need to talk about niggas pillow talking. We need to talk about how men talk to women and talk about other women.
Yeah,
Because that's a thing.
Yeah, that's
We need
a
to
thing.
talk about generational wealth.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this, like, what's going on right now.
Yeah.
We need to talk about community. Like,
Yeah.
and it may not be what you want to hear, but we need to talk about it. And somebody needs to be rapping about it in order to get, like, a message out. Because, like, I'm tired of the girls.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know?
I can only imagine because that's what I'm saying. Because like
I-
you made a great point earlier saying, you know, for women's spaces to feel more comfortable.
Yes.
You know, I think, you know, sometimes the perception even of like men, you know, and how they talk to women. I mean, we all watch social media, but it's like at the same token, it's like how you talk to them. And, like,
It's
come
how,
on, man.
man. So, shoot, I don't know the name of that podcast, but Asian Doll was just on there, and this dude, I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know who any of these guys are, but they just was like extremely disrespectful to women, putting down black women. Called, I'm not even gonna repeat, but just, you know, we just need spaces where we can have cohesive dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, without people putting each other down. And, like, back to the music, like, you know, love Megan Thee Stallion. But I'm tired of the things that she's rapping about. Like,
Right.
she really went from, like, eco-friendly, climate change hottie cleaning up the beach to, like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, whoa. You know, like, and every, like, video is the same. Like, I've seen so many high school aesthetic videos.
Yeah.
Why are we in our 20s doing videos in high schools, y'all? Because you want to be profitable to kids.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, let's be real here. Like, why are we doing that? Like,
Right.
and there were so many videos that dropped this year of people in high schools, like
Yeah.
cheerleaders and footballs, and you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Rhea Nelson had one of the best videos with that aesthetic. I'm just gonna put that out there.
That's
but
alright.
the other ones, I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, nah, for real. No, I agree with you 100%. I
Wasn't
think
feeling
the
it.
creativity and how people are, shooting their content, and like I said, it's the same video. I feel like sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, it's the same exact video.
Yeah.
Dang, it's the same exact car, same exact chain, same exact hotel.
Yo,
whatever it may
let's
be.
talk
I'm
about
like,
that,
yo,
please.
That's crazy.
So like back to like the mainstream music industry, like, you know, if I think that it's a little ignorant to think that our perception of success and wealth are those things. So, because for me, I got the fakest chain on right now, and I don't even wear jewelry. Like, I just wore this on my birthday, and this is Mark's, like, chains. I was like, hey, this looks cool. Like, I don't know how much this is. I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want a big watch. I don't want a Lambo. Like, that's not success for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, success for me is, like, ownership and providing people spaces to thrive. And, like, you know, you see these things in the video, and it's just like, who wants that? You know, like in real life, you know, and I think to the person who may be in a bad situation or may be struggling, is like, oh, you know, if you put that perception, oh, these are the things that rappers have, and they have a lot of money, and okay, I want those things too to be successful. But people need a different image and representation of what wealth is, and what success is, because fancy cars and jewelry and lots of money is not it. You know what I'm saying? So like the videos these days now, there are no stories. Like there's no storyline. The only video that I saw this past year that I thoroughly enjoyed was Nardo Wick's Who Wants Smoke.
Yeah.
I love that video because it's like, it made sense. Everybody's fucking each other up in the video. Everybody's fighting each other, right? And then like they have all these cool scenes and like graphics. Like they really put like energy and effort into a storyline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One take shots of Herbo walking through looking cool. Yeah, he had a bunch of chains on and stuff. Whatever. But just the aesthetic, the story as a whole was like, who wants smoke? And that's what was going on through the whole music video. Like,
right.
But they don't make music videos like how Missy Elliott used to do, or how Aaliyah used to do back in the day, how T-Pain used to do, you know what I'm saying? Or even how Chris Brown with Yo, like, nobody's doing that anymore. Everybody's doing the same thing. Or like freaking Future and Lil Uzi, the drinking and smoking song.
Yeah.
Worst video I've ever seen in my life.
The song to me is just like, I don't like it because, like I said, you know, I'm heavy with the youth, and I'm like, yo, what y'all watching is really demoralizing.
If you watch the video, I hate to give them a view, but watch the video, right? All the girls have the same hairstyle.
Wow.
They're wearing two buns up, and their hair is down in the back, and they're all wearing similar like bikini style like onesie outfits, right? And it's like it's just them two and like all these girls. This isn't realistic. Right. I'm not going to a party with just two guys and all the girls are wearing the same hairstyle. Yeah. What the hell is this? It's giving cult. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, yo, the name of the song is Drinking and Smoking. Yeah, the girls are drinking and smoking, but I'm like, this would have been a better video if you guys are in the club. Right. You know what I'm saying? That would have made more sense to me than a house party with 100 girls and just two guys.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, there's literally no effort. But then that goes to show too, like that's what I mean. Not to say that they don't have money, but I feel as though people are making the right investments in regards to their artistry. Because what happened to Hype Williams, bruh? You know what I'm saying? What happened to the people who are really making the fire music videos? Like, what's the dude that has the lemonade brand? He's Cole Bennett. Is that the one who makes the videos? He is fire videos. Yeah, I'll say that. But other than that, I just feel like it's just like a lack of investing in the artistry in regards to like, bro, you need something. Visual representation is like so important of your music. Like, I agree. Music videos go a long way. Shout out to Quaddy Diesel, who just hit 1 million. First artist from Delaware to hit 1 million views on his music video. Yeah, so,
shout out to that. That's what's up. I'm about to say, I was gonna sit there and bring it back to Delaware real quick because I know that you have this awesome relationship with the Cypher Click. So talk about that.
Oh, yeah. So Cypher Click, I actually used to sing with them. Like, that's how it started. I was their backup singer. And I actually made, like, their original tag. So that's what I did for them in high school. But I wasn't really the most confident in singing then because I just didn't practice. You know what I'm saying? And I started smoking a lot of weed. So it was just like, whatever. And, I've been DJing with them for... Man, as long as I've been DJing. So it's been like 7 years for real, and we've opened up for so many artists. Like Jay literally just tweeted how we opened up for Ja Rule at a sold out show. We opened up for Eric B and Rakim. We opened up for Tory Lanez. We've opened up for so many people, and I love that I'm the official DJ for just them. I probably will only be the official DJ for them unless it's an artist from here. But I've done that here, and I don't think that I want to do it anymore because there are so many artists that I love.
Right.
So I just want to be like a DJ who will DJ for anyone. Like I will be everyone's official DJ in the DMV, y'all. Like just hit me up. Like you know, I won't put it in my bio, but it's official that I'll be anyone's official DJ out here. Like, you want me to do a show, you want me to go on tour with you, I absolutely will. But Cypher Click will always be the one and only group because I need to keep that homegrown staple.
Yeah.
I came across some like old pictures the other day. Kiss 101.7 is the radio station in Delaware. I actually won tickets to see Sierra, like when I was in the 6th grade at Cab Calloway School of Arts. She performed there. And that radio station, you know, I think that for me, when you're from a small town, it's cool because you don't have a local scene. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Shiz Nitty, who I love. Sap the Beat Man was, you know, doing a lot of swagging music. That was our dance. That was our thing in Delaware. We are the creators of swagging. If you don't know what it is, just YouTube it. It's a little bit of videos on there. But yeah, I sent them pictures of me wearing a Kiss 101.7 shirt, and they reposted it, and like that was like the ultimate thing for me. Like, that's my hometown radio station. Like, what? And they reposted my shirt and me. I love Delaware, y'all. Like, I love Delaware. It's just that, like, you know, I feel as though I have very successful friends that DJ and are in Delaware, like DJ RF. Roland is one of my really good friends. He is one of the best DJs in Delaware. DJ Blair. I don't know if Hunter is cool with me saying his real name, but whatever. Like, they're doing amazing things, and you know, I'm glad, you know, at what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing it for like home, and I know that I'm not doing the most homegrown things, but I represent Delaware everywhere I go. Because like who I am, I wouldn't be who I am without being from Delaware.
That's
so
what's up. That's love.
Yeah,
that's love. Nah, for real. Because I think, you know, it's just the growth in the process. Like I said, and even, you know, that moment for you, like with Larry June, I know that was probably like surreal because, you know, for you, like I've always seen like grind, work. All right, cool. I'm networking. I'm on my grind. Like, I'm not playing with y'all. Like, I'm gonna just be quiet, but I'm not playing with y'all. Sooner or later, y'all gonna see it. And then boom, it happened. So I'm just like, yo, like she opened up for Larry June. Like,
the way that happened is just like, you know, I saw that first off, we opened up for Dave East to the Fillmore, and after that, I emailed the Fillmore in 2015 because remember they were playing the house music, and I was like, dang, like this is when I first started DJing. I was like, why are they playing this music before the show? Like, where the DJ at? So I emailed them in 2015, and I said, hey, like I would take an internship to be an in-house DJ for you guys, unpaid. I said that. You don't have to pay me. They never emailed me back. I think I DM'd them on Instagram when I finally did make an Instagram in like 2016 or 17. Never hit me back. And then, you know, I saw that Larry June was doing his very first show at the Fillmore. I was like, yo, I'm going to manifest this. I tweeted that in like maybe October. I don't remember, but I tweeted it. And then, you know, I was DMing him. I was commenting him. I emailed his team, his management, and saw him at Cafe St. X in DC. Like, he was actually at the party I was at. Chopped it up with him. He connected me with his management team. They hit me in the morning and said that the tour manager wanted to stick to the regular schedule. It's like, cool. But my spirit was like, don't give up. So I literally posted in Silver Spring for hours. Like, I was going to be the first person through the doors, like, type stuff, to just sit there and be like, I'm here. What's up? Like, the house music is trash. I got my turntables in the trunk. What you want to do? So then Nature Boy, who is the founder, creator of Open Gym, amazing DJ, amazing artist, best self-produced album of the year, 2021. I guess the Fillmore hit him up to DJ and open up because they didn't have an opener at all.
Right.
And he hit me and was like, I know you wanted to do it, bro. So he's like, where you at? I said, I'm already here. I was like, I'm already here. Like, I literally been here for hours. I've been in Silver Spring for like 2 hours, just like posted up.
Right.
So yeah, and it was awesome. Like, I literally got so many followers from that. so many people DM me and was like, were you the DJ from the Larry June show? You were amazing. Like, I DJed for almost 2 hours. Like,
Wow.
I literally opened up for, like, doors until I ended up DJing for A$AP Ant. He was one of the openers, and I've done so much work with him, you know, opening up with him for Marino Infantry. I managed and DJ. I tour managed and DJ his sold-out show in New York.
That's what's up.
It was awesome. That was my first TM ever. So, it was cool. Somebody at the door.
But it's all good though. It's all good though. It's all love. I see you working out this jump, like, for real. So it was just so much. Like, I'm glad that you just broke down the industry and, like, all that and your experience.
I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying some of the stuff I said, but
nah, you're okay.
fuck it, we ball.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's lit. I appreciate all that. So, like, the motivation that you want to tell anybody that's, like, dreaming, that's lost, that's confused, they don't know what to do. Like, is this for me or what is for me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I hate to say this, like, but I've been saying it. So, like, once you understand that, like, nothing is real, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you want to do. Like, and don't worry about having 1 million followers and thousands of views. Like, do what makes you happy. And it does not matter if anybody else likes it, as long as you like it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Like, seriously, focus on you, invest in you, and naturally that energy is going to gravitate other people towards you. You know what I'm saying? Because as me as a DJ, I started off in, like, you know, I interned with, like, a club DJ. I interned with Travis.
Right.
And Travis is a club DJ. And when I was, you know, learning, his aesthetic was this genre to this genre to this genre, right? And me personally, I'm like, okay, I do like this music, but this isn't the kind of music I want to DJ because there are so many other DJs that have this kind of aesthetic. So I said to myself, well, I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to DJ underground stuff only, you know? And then I realized, like, it's like, oh, we don't hear DJs like this, and this is the music that I like.
Right.
And it naturally gravitated towards me. Like, I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings. Remember, I didn't have an Instagram.
Yeah, you didn't.
I was getting bookings because of y'all.
Yeah, you're right. I always sit there like, yeah,
you and Kelvin.
Going up to the tables like, yo.
Kelvin was like, yo, Bree DJ'd my cookout, and he was just telling all his people at the bar, like, you should book her to DJ.
Yeah.
All my bookings in 2015 and 2016 were word of mouth bookings. I did not put myself out there, did not promote myself. I was on Twitter like I DJ, but I didn't have an Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And people seeing me and knowing me and hearing me, it naturally just gave me an organic following. And then doing the local shows, you know, I wasn't from here, so I wasn't getting booked at Rose Bar and Velvet Lounge and you know, U Street Music Hall and stuff. I wasn't getting booked like that the first couple of years I was DJing. I was doing showcases with you on it. I was doing showcases with so many local artists. And I had the opportunity to DJ my music in between, you know, the music that I like. And from there, yo, you're a fire DJ. Like, word of mouth. And it just went from there. You know what I'm saying? So stick to what you love and what you do, and people will naturally gravitate towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more you're obsessed with perception, social media, like, engagement, following, like, I don't care. Like, I don't want 10,000 followers, because if I have 10,000 followers and only 100 of you guys are liking my stuff, what's the point of having 10,000 followers? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's not important, but real engagement is what is the most important. Even though nothing is real, these interactions are what means the most. In-person, organic, authentic interactions. So just be your best self.
I agree, to be your best self.
Be your best self.
I'm going to just sit there and say, if you're, like I said, for an artist, anything that you want to do in life, explore your own mess. And don't be afraid about it. Don't be afraid about it. Don't second guess it.
Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. I'm not scared of anything. There are two feelings I refuse to feel. That's embarrassment, fear, and the other one is, hold on, I'm missing one. I'll come back to it. But I ain't scared of nothing.
That's what's up.
I'm not scared of anything. And the moment that you're not, like, there's nothing to be afraid of, yo.
That's a fact.
Seriously.
I would just say, like I said, you know, explore your mess. Don't be afraid if you make a mistake. Like, make it up on the way.
Fear is just projection.
Okay. And it's okay.
If you're scared of something, you're scared of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be scared of anything. Like, so I used to have my times I used to be so nervous when I would DJ. Like, so nervous to the point where I would self-sabotage myself. Where I would purposely be late because I was just so nervous. Like, but now I'm to the point where I'm like, I know I'm the shit. Like, I know I'm going to kill it. Like, I
Yeah.
know I'm going to do amazing. Like, I know I'm the best at everything that I do. So it's just like, what am I be afraid of? Like, what? I'm a mess up? Who cares if I mess up?
Right.
Like, you know what?
Yeah, you still gonna bounce back off 10 and
Right.
still stay down forever, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, so I appreciate you, because you could have did anything, like for real. Anything in the world. And you're right here in this real time, and like I said, I love the energy, I love the vibes, and like I said, I'm always rooting for you.
Always root for you.
Always rooting for you.
Right, you're my
I
A1
appreciate
day
you.
one. Like,
Yeah, same
first
thing.
first show, first person to put me on. Like, this forever. It's for L.
Yeah, it's for L.
For
forever.
L. For
yeah.
L.
So I
Like,
appreciate your energy. I'm always rooting for you. Anything you need. I
anything
it
you
the
need from me.
bottom of my heart. Seriously, I got you.
Yes, it's all
I
love.
got you. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream, y'all. Yeah.
Shout out to Paradise.